In one of the previous lectures, I mentioned something that is list comprehension. Okay. Now let's take a look at this one. So, what is list comprehension? Okay. Say, for example, I have this list like this way, A381. Now, say if I want to multiply each of the elements in this list with, say, for example, 5. So, if I try to do like this way, A multiplied by 5. So that is not going to work because this will perform the repmat operation. Okay. 5 copies will be created. So this is what is called this repmat operation will not work. So if I want to do like this, if I want to multiply 5 with each of the elements, I can do something like this, that is called numpy array, if you remember. So first we have to import list, import numpy as np. Okay. Now I can do like this, b is equals to np.array a. So this will convert our original list A into a numpy array. Okay. Now, so if I want to multiply like this way, B multiplied by 5. Okay. Now, as you can see, it will create, okay, another numpy array. Okay. So, and this operation, this asterisk sign is no longer the repmat operation, but this is the broadcasting operation. Okay. So this will perform the broadcasting operation. 5 will be multiplied with each of the elements in our array. This will operate the same way as it was in MATLAB. So this is actually our output, that is 15, 40 and 5. Now one thing you should try to take a look is that when I'm performing like this way, our original array is not changed. Okay, so the numpy array is not. So if I want to do like this way, I can do like this. So now I have this C, but this C is now a numpy array. This is no longer a list. Okay, a different kind of data type. What I have to do to convert this numpy array into a list? That is actually very simple. If I do perform like this way, say for example d is equals to c dot np dot toList. C dot toList. Okay, so C is the object. So this is the numpy array that we have. If we perform this toList, it will convert our C to a list. Now as you can see, this is our list D. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. So if you want to do this kind of operation like this broadcasting operation, okay, so you have to convert your original list to a numpy array, then you can do all of those things. So what if I don't want to use numpy array? What can I do then? One simple way to do that is to use a for loop. Using a for loop, I can iterate through each of the elements, okay, one by one, and perform this multiplication operation. Okay, let's see. Say for example, I create a new list, out is equals to an empty list. Now what I want to do, for I in A, so I will take, this is the iterator variable, it will take each of the elements one at a time. For I in A, I want to perform this append operation, I dot append. What I want to append, I, but multiple by 5. Okay, understand, this I is now a element, an integer. So when you are performing this multiplication, this asterisk sign with an integer, it will perform the multiplication operation. Okay, so if you come here now, if you look at our out variable, as you can see, it has performed the multiplication operation. Okay, so this is one way to do it, but instead of writing the for loop like this way, okay, there is a much more efficient way to do that in Python. Okay, that efficient way is called list comprehension. So what is that? Okay, let's say y is our output. I want to provide the output as a list, so first I will create a list like this way. Okay, so inside I will write something. What I want to write, I multiple by 5. This is our operation, I write it first. Okay, for I in A. So understand, this two part operation, I am performing this two operation in single line within this square brackets. And if you take a look at the output, as you can see, this is performing the same operation. So understand what I'm doing here. For I in A, perform this operation. So the operation that I want to perform, I put it in the front side, then I perform the loop operation. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. This way you can do it. So this operation, this list comprehension, is actually much more fast. It's actually faster than this writing this way. Okay, now let's take another example to clarify a little bit further. Say for example minus 8 comma 7 comma 4 comma minus 9 comma 0 comma 2. Okay, so I have a new list now. There are some positive elements as well as some negative elements. Now say for example I want to create a list with only the positive elements. Okay, I want to remove the negative elements. Okay, so you can do it very simply using numpy array as well. You can try it by yourself, or you can write it like this: a for loop, iterate through each of the elements, check whether if the whether the elements are less than 0 or not. If less than 0, then remove it, otherwise you can actually take it out. So that is the using the for loop you can do it like that way, but I want to do it here using the list comprehension. So how I will do it, that let's take a look. So a out should be like this way. First, this is the list. So what I want to perform, I want to place I for I in A. I want to in our output list, I want to I want to keep the element I for I in A if that element I is greater than 0. Okay, try to understand. This is the same way you think, the same way you want to write. Okay, so I for I in A, if this condition is true, if you try to take a look at the output, as you can see only the positive elements now present here. Okay, so this is the way of performing the list comprehension. Now and you have to practice a little bit by yourself to get familiarized yourself the way you are writing in list comprehension way. Okay. So try to practice a little bit by yourself, and I will put some exercise in your assignment so that you can practice a little bit. Now let's take a look at another example. The example that I actually showed, if you remember, that was like this way. I had a list of tuples. Okay. Let's write it short. A comma 5 4. Okay. So I had this list of tuples, and you already know the unpacking of tuples. If you gone through the previous lectures, there are two elements, so I can access each elements like this way. So if I write this way, b of 0, then I will take the first element and j will take the second element, okay, of b of 0, that is the first item. Okay. So if I want to change the order, say for example I want the integer first and the string second. Okay, I want to alter the elements, I can do it like this way. bb is equals to what I want, the opposite. So j comma I for I comma j in b. Okay, understand. For I comma j will in b will take each of the item one by one in this order, but in the output side, that is the output that we write in the font side, I want to just change the order. So I can write it j comma I, so it will change the order. As you can see, if you take a look at the bb, the order is changed. Okay, in this way you can use the list comprehension method to perform like this way. You can also do something. For example, if I wanted to do something in this I, so this I is the uh, this string. If I want to perform a method on that, I can also do it here. Say no, not append, this capitalize. Okay, this was one of the method on string. Okay, so I can actually perform it here. If you see, now take a look at our output. As you can see, this I is now capitalized. Okay, you can not only perform this kind of operation within this list comprehension, you can perform all the methods as well as if condition is condition within this. Okay, so this is a very what can I say, very efficient way, more subtle way of writing a program in Python programming language, okay, using this list comprehension. um, let's take a look at another example. This is last example. Say for example, okay, so we already have one list. Say for example, we can use this. Now what do you want to do? Say for example, I want to check whether the elements are even or odd, and I want to write that. Okay, so we can do it very simply like this way. For example, a is equals to, I want to write even. Okay, I want to write even if I modulo 2 is equals to 0. Okay, else I want to write odd. Understand what I'm writing? This is our output. I want to write even if this is true, else I want to write this, and then the iterator operation for I in A. Okay, if you take a look at our A, as you can see, this is even, this is odd, this is even, this is odd, this is even, this is also even. Okay, so try to practice a little bit by yourself. I hope it will be clear. Okay, so this is the list comprehension. Okay, now one last thing I want to discuss before I finish this, that is zip operation. This is another operation that is called zip. Okay, so what is zip? Now, so I have this A, and this is A, and this is one-to-one match. -8 is even, 7 is odd. That was the task that we performed. Now say for example, if I want to join these two lists together element wise, okay, we can do it simply by zipping these two lists together. That is called zip A comma A. Now this will create a zip object. Okay, you can see this is created zip object, something like this. Now instead of doing that, let's do something that is called, say for example, C is equals to list of zip of A comma A. So I am creating a list of this zip object. Then I can see the output very clearly. If you try to take a look here, okay, as you can see, now these elements -8 even, then 7 odd, all of these element wise operations, they are zipped together inside a tuple. Okay, so this is matched like this way, -8 even, 7 odd, 4 even, like this way. So this, using this zip condition, zip built-in function, I can actually zip two lists together, okay, inside a tuple. Now one other thing, there was an in the assignment there was a question like a movie name was provided and the rating was provided, and you are asked to sort the name of the movies based on their rating. Okay, so I actually give you a hint that you can do it using NumPy array, using arcsort. So you can also do it like this way. You can keep the movie names and their rating together like this way within a list. Then you can sort this list of tuples in the way that I actually showed you in one of the previous lectures. Okay, you can write this sorted C. If I perform this will sort it will sort this list based on the first item. If I write like this way, as you can see, this is sorted in the ascending order based on the first item. You can also sort this list based on the second item, okay, the way you want. Okay, so I hope you got the idea, and this zip operation can actually make your work, make this kind of work much more efficient. Okay, so I hope it is clear.